Greetings. Welcome to our next installment of Candidate Net Plus Services. Today, we're going to be talking about Pantheon as it's used at Yale University. And I'm really pleased to have as a guest on our show today, Franz Hartl from Yale University, the Assistant Director for University Web Operations. Thank you, Franz, for joining us today. I look forward to hearing about your experience using Pantheon and would love to just get, first of all, what is Pantheon to you? For some of our viewers who may not be familiar, how do you use Pantheon?
Sure. Pantheon provides Yale's web infrastructure. And by that, what I mean is that they solve a lot of the hard problems that we face. From content delivery and from infrastructure and management to allow us to free us up to do the interesting things of a university, like the creation and dissemination and archiving of research and knowledge. So they really enable us to think about things digitally without having to think about some of the difficult nuts and bolts tasks.
And how long have you been using Pantheon as a service in your career?
Well, Yale's been using Pantheon for about the past 5 years now, and but I've been privileged to know the founders and working with the people who started Pantheon for approaching 20 years ago. I was part of a lot of the open source movement behind Drupal. And a lot of the founders were in the same movement. And what came in is that everybody needed to have a really kind of good hosting solution. And I saw them go off and kind of create a really state-of-the-art hosting solution. And I've gotten to watch them evolve and help there. So previously, when I was at Georgetown, I brought over Pantheon to the School and Forward Service there, and we used it there. And when I came to Yale, I saw what we were doing, and I saw some of our their competitors' products, and I said, this is a really good chance to bring in the partnership of Pantheon to Yale, and it's been really successful, and we've really enjoyed to see the quality service that they provided.
Now, today we're talking a little bit about how Pantheon could make a good service in Net Plus, and there are a couple of areas where being in Net Plus is a real advantage to our members and internet too. One area of that would be like the legal and procurement process. How do you see that might be improved with Pantheon if they were part of Net Plus?
Well, I think that, as universities, we have a unique kind of demands of Pantheon that are different than a lot of the corporate use. And so what I think is that being part of Net Plus could help bring price stability. We could help kind of get better negotiation on emerging features here, because the internet is not going away, as we all know, and the web too is continuing to develop and have more tools coming up. AI and personalization, that's around the horizon. Yale's doing a lot of interesting work on visual identity and brand management, decoupled architecture. These are all things that we have to start thinking about, and Yale would appreciate being able to partner with our Internet Plus peers, Internet 2 peers, to kind of help procure and help give us price stability, so we can know that we're making a confident decision and we could start thinking about long-term partnerships.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some interesting feature and product opportunities. That's another area where we really look to the Net Plus service providers to engage with the community and getting the feedback and contributing to their product roadmaps. Have you had that experience working with Pantheon thus far?
Yeah, we have. So we've had kind of unique cases. So we've had a lot of unique cases that we've had coming in. So when we wanted to move migrating, we wanted to kind of make sure that our existing infrastructure would match up with their infrastructure. And we partnered with them to kind of solve hard problems. And we came up with something. We came up deploying visual regression testing, which is a type of QA that kind of takes a snapshot of your previous website and your new website, and then uses algorithms to say, are they same or is there a difference? And if they pass, you most likely have a good website moving forward. That stuff that we've built in is now a feature on something that they call autopilot. So it's really kind of great to kind of to be able to have a partner where you kind of get involved and help with the roadmap and to help think of things that are going to be needed in the future. And that's another thing I think that why Pantheon would be a really good fit, because they've shown that they're willing to partner. But I know that like the community, the Internet 2 community could really kind of have needs that they could help Pantheon as a product owner make that product better by better meeting our needs. So it's a great thing to have a partner that kind of helps you on that roadmap, helps build their roadmap from your input.
Well, it seems like with your experience, you'd have a lot of best practices to share to the community as well, and learning from them, that constant sort of collaboration and peer-to-peer networking is something that is important to the Net Plus program. If there's anything else you'd like to add about it, but I really appreciate your time, and I hope we've covered everything that's important to you.
You have, and it's I think that one of the things about Pantheon too is that they're really open source to the core. It's one of a major company, one of the unicorns that is in has open source values, and that requires being open and participating. And so if anybody in the community is interested in learning more, please feel free to kind of reach out to me. It's my name at yale.edu, and I'd be happy to kind of discuss this in the future.
Thanks, Franz. And speaking of following up, as part of this series, we're looking for feedback from the community. First, we invite you to learn more about Pantheon, whether at their website or through the Cloud Scorecard. Pantheon was an early participant to our new Cloud Scorecard pilot program. So the links are there to get more information. And then please give us your feedback to the NetPlus at internet2.edu email address, so that we can gauge interest in Pantheon from other members of the community, and feel free to suggest other potential NetPlus candidate services. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.